Magandang araw! I hope everyone who's watching this video is safe, healthy, and happy. Now, this presentation is about application of rule of replacement. So, in this video, we will have a review of the rule of replacement, use the rule of replacement as justification of a proof, and construct a formal proof of validity using both the rule of replacement and rule of inference. So, as a review for the rule of replacement, so I have just here a list of the rules. At this point, you should have watched the previous video, the rule of replacement and introduction, because that's where these rules have been presented and introduced. But as a review, let's just have a brief recall. So yung commutation, association, and distribution are easy to recognize because they are very similar to the properties of real numbers. So yung commutation, hindi nababago yung truth value pag pinago mo yung order, such that if you have P or Q, logically equivalent siya sa Q or P. Ganun din pag conjunction, if you have P and Q, that's logically equivalent to Q and P. Association, hindi nababago ng groupings yung truth value whether sa disjunction or conjunction. So that if you have quantity P or Q or R, that's logically equivalent to P or quantity Q or R. Ganun din sa conjunction, if you have quantity P and Q and R, that's logically equivalent to P and quantity Q and R. So for distribution, parang very similar to distributive property of multiplication over addition. So that's if you have P or quantity Q and R, that's logically equivalent to P or Q and quantity P or R. So ganun din pag binaliktad mo naman ginawa mong conjunction. For addition, so this one is a very powerful rule. So that if you have P, that's logically equivalent to P or Q, and Q can be anything. So for tautology, if you have P, that's logically equivalent to P, or P is also logically equivalent to P and P. So double negation, so P can be replaced by not P in any argument. For De Morgan's, ito maganda ring rule, De Morgan's theorem. So if you have a negation of conjunction, for example, not quantity P and Q, that's logical equivalent to not P or not Q. So, yung conjunction nagiging disjunction. Yun namang disjunction, if you have not P or Q, that's logical equivalent to not P and not Q. And then, for transposition, we have P implies Q logically equivalent to not Q implies not P. For implication, so yung implication, powerful din kasi nababago yung connective. So, if you have P implies Q, that's logically equivalent to not P or Q. So, yung implication or conditional nagiging disjunction. So, yun yung implication, material implication, or simply implication. For exportation, nababago din yung connective. So, if you have P and, P, quantity P and Q implies R, that's logically equivalent to P implies, quantity Q implies R. So, yung N nagiging implication din. And for material equivalence, ito ang tatandaan nyo lang dyan, laging present yung biconditional. So that if you have P, if and only if Q, that's logically equivalent to P implies Q and Q implies P, Or logically equivalent din yung P, if and only if Q, logically equivalent siya sa P and Q or not P and not Q. So, yun. Dapat may kopya kayo. Ngayon, kung hindi nyo pa memorize o hindi pa kayo familiar, I suggest that you write these rules on an index card or on your notebook so that every time that you will need those rules, it will be easy for you to recall, and be able to apply those patterns in any argument. The idea is that yung mga PQR sa ating rules, variables yon. Pwedeng kahit ano siya, depende sa argument at hand. So, ang skill lang na dapat meron ka, madali mo lang ma-recognize yung mga patterns na yun sa argument at hand. At hindi mo yun magagawa kung hindi mo alam yung mga rules. So, basic skill, dapat alam yung rules. Okay, so we have here So we have each of the following is a formal proof of validity for the indicated argument. State the justification for each line that is not a premise. Okay? So, ang idea, meron tayong dalawang premise na binigay, premises 1 and 2, and we would want to get not B as a conclusion. Nandito naman na siya. No? Sa totoo lang, sa totoong buhay, tayo yung gagawa niyan. Pero, progressive tayo. So, yung madali lang muna, identify lang muna natin yung rules na ginamit. So, again, for premise number 1, rather, we have A or B implies C and D. We have not C as premise number 2, and therefore, we have not B as the desired conclusion. So, the third statement is not C or not D. Ang gagawin nyo lang, technique, titingnan nyo yung premise kung paano nakuha to. No? Wala naman ibang panggagalingan kung hindi yung number 2 not C, and there is disjunction, so addition, no? So, obvious na gumamit ng addition sa number 2 at ang dinagdag ay not D, no? So, number 3 is applying addition to number 2 premise. And then, ito, disjunction siya ng dalawang negation. So, clearly, this is an application of De Morgan's, no? Pwede mo siyang i-convert to negation of a conjunction, no? So, the two are logically equivalent by applying De Morgan's to number 3. And this one, C and D, is a consequent of premise number 1, no? And it is the negation of the consequent. And therefore, by applying modus tollens, no, from the rules of inference, ano nga ba yung modus tollens? If you have P implies Q, you have not Q, therefore the conclusion is not P. In this case, our P is A or B, and that is the desired statement, not A or B, no? So, negation nun. And clearly, we have statement number 5 by applying modus tollens to number 1 and 4, no? So, modus tollens to number 1 and 4. Again, we have a negation of a disjunction, and the next statement is a conjunction of two negations. So, again, this is an application of De Morgan's, no? So, tingnan nyo yung De Morgan's, no? Yung disjunction ng dalawang negation, nagiging negation ng conjunction. Ito naman, no? Conjunction ng dalawang negation galing sa disjunction, negation ng disjunction. So, again, applying De Morgan's to number 5, we have statement number 6. And, very obvious that we just change the order, no? Not A and not B becomes not B and not A. So, by applying commutation to number 6. And finally, we have not B and not A, and by simplification, we can get not B. It's like having P and Q, therefore we have P by applying simplification. So, those are our justification. So, we have 2 addition, 3 De Morgan's, 1 4 modus tollens, 5 De Morgan, 6 commutation, and 7 simplification. So, we have this argument, A and F and G, and then we have F if and only if G implies H or I, therefore we have I or H. Now, you look at the third statement, you notice that it is just another grouping of number 1, ano? Iniba lang yung grouping symbol. So, clearly, this is an application of association, no? For, we applied association to premise number 1. Ito naman, anong ginawa, no? Binaliktad lang, no? Yung E napunta na doon, yung F and G napunta dito. So, clearly, we applied commutation to number 3 to get statement number 4. And we have a conjunction. We just get the first variable. F and G is like having P and Q, and therefore we have P, obviously, by simplification of number 4. This one, ayan, meron na namang disjunction. So, ano yan? Malamang-lamang yan ay addition, no? Addition of number 5. So, if you have P, you can have P or Q, and Q can be anything. So, very powerful ang addition. And then, notice that this is just a logical equivalent of this one, no? By applying material equivalence, no? Or simply equivalence. And then we have H or I, which is a consequent of premise number 2. If you have F, if and only if G implies H or I, we have this. So it's like having P implies Q. You have P, therefore Q. So that's clearly applying modus ponens to number 2 and 7. And finally, we change the order. So we have I or H, which is the desired conclusion, by applying commutation to number 8. So we have association, commutation, simplification, addition, equivalence, modus ponens, and commutation. Okay? And we have this J and K implies K. We have J implies L implies M. We have not K or N, and therefore we have K implies M and N. So ito na yung statement natin, saan siya pwedeng manggaling. So dito lang, no? Binaliktad lang yung J and K, ginawang K and J. So again, that's commutation of number 1. Ito, anong nangyari? Ayan. So nagkaroon na ng pagbabago, no? Nagkaroon ng pagbabago sa connective. So yung end naging implication. So that's an exportation, no? So we applied exportation to number 4. And here, so what happens? So we have K implies J implies L. We have J implies L implies M. So we applied hypothetical syllogism to 5 and 2, no? 5 and 2 is like having P implies Q, Q implies R, therefore P implies R, no? By applying hypothetical syllogism. We have not K or M. So again, this is a powerful rule, no? So yung implication naging disjunction, pero negation ng P, no? So it's like P implies Q, logically equivalent to not P or Q. So that's applying disjunctive syllogism. That's applying implication, no? That's applying implication to number 6. And therefore, we have this. So, paano nangyari to? So, yung not K or M dito manggagaling. Yung not K or N galing doon. So, pinagsama. Galing doon. So, pinagsama. So, clearly, this is conjunction of number 7 and number 3. So, ano nangyari dito? So, ito, binaliktad na distribution. Di ba, pag dinistribute mo to, ito mangyayari, no? So, pag undistribute mo, no, ito mangyayari. So, clearly, application of distribution to number 8. And finally, so again, disjunction naging implication. So, ito kanina, implication naging disjunction. Binaliktad lang. So, clearly, an application of material implication to number 9. Or simply, implication. Okay? So, next, eto, challenging na. We will do the proof on ourselves, no? So, we have two premises, D implies P implies R. We have D, therefore, we have not P or R. Ibig sabihin, yung not P or R, yung mapupunta dito. Paano natin magagawa yun, no? So, you have parang P implies Q, you have P. Therefore, you have Q by applying modus ponens, no? So, we will have P implies R by applying modus ponens to 1 and 2. And this is an implication which we can convert into disjunction. Ito na agad ang forma by applying implication, no? So, we will have not P or R by applying implication to number 3. So, yan. Simple, no? Ganda. Exciting. Next example, iisa lang. And we want to have this. So, paano mangyayari yun? Okay, so, meron siyang conjunction ng dalawang negation. So, clearly, you can apply modus ponens, no? De Morgan's, I'm sorry. Conjunction of two negations, so apply ka ng De Morgan's, magiging negation of disjunction yan, no? So, magiging not P or N, no? Which is this one. So, by applying De Morgan's. And by addition, we will have the desired conclusion. No? By addition. Yan. Simple. Next, we have this. Itong desired natin. So, paano gagawin natin para maging ganito? So, i-distribute natin. I-distribute, no? Tapos, ang magiging operation na ay conjunction. So, pwede na tayong mag-simplify. So, ayan, no? By distribution. And then, we can have the desired conclusion by simplification. Okay, so, that's it. So, wala na kasing time. Meron pa namang iba, pero some other time na lang. I hope you have an initial appreciation of how to apply the rule of replacement and rule of inference in formal proof. So, stay safe, class. See you when I see you. Bye for now.